Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the incredibly frustrating world of zero views. You know the feeling, right? If you make stuff online or even just watch a lot of it, you've definitely heard the complaints. We love to blame the algorithm when our meticulously crafted masterpiece, like, say, a highly anticipated vlog about a pet rock's morning routine, gets completely ignored. We constantly hear the system is broken or it's out to get us. But what's really going on behind the curtain?
Well, we all have that one friend, don't we? The one who pictures this shadowy, malicious figure sitting in a dark basement in California, just actively pushing buttons to suppress their content. They pull up their analytics, see a completely flat line, and dramatically sigh, "The algorithm has spoken." But I'm here to tell you, based on the source material we're unpacking today, that idea is a massive myth. The system is absolutely not your enemy, and it certainly isn't trying to ruin your dreams.
So why do videos die in the zero-view graveyard? Let's crack the code on how the platform actually decides what goes incredibly viral and what just fades away. Because look, once you get rid of that myth about the shadowy figure, you're left with a very practical, highly logical set of rules. And understanding those rules, that's literally the only way to pull your content out of that graveyard.
The fundamental truth here is that the algorithm is really just a hyper-intelligent matchmaker. It has zero personal vendetta against you. Its primary, unbreakable goal is just to keep viewers on the platform for as long as humanly possible. Why? Well, so they can watch more ads and eventually buy that blender they definitely don't need. It's a business model, pure and simple. It's just trying to match the right human with the right content to keep them happily sitting in their chair.
Let's get into the mechanics and break down the monolith.
To really wrap our heads around this, we've got to stop thinking of the algorithm as this one giant monolithic system that judges your whole channel in one fell swoop. The reality is actually wild. It's 5 distinct systems working together all at once: home, suggested, search, subs, and shorts. Each of these pillars is a completely different purpose and judges your content using totally different criteria. You're not just fighting one boss at the end of a game, you're navigating 5 different paths, each with its own specific traffic rules.
Let's break that down a bit more by looking at 2 major traffic sources: search versus home. Search is totally intent-driven. It's what people actively want to find. If someone types in, "how to fix a leaky faucet," they want a very specific answer right that second. The homepage, though, completely different animal. Home is all about what the system thinks a viewer will naturally enjoy based on their past behavior, even if they didn't explicitly ask for it. It's predictive, not reactive.
And then, oh man, then there's the suggested rabbit hole. We have all been there, right? This is the system that takes someone who just finished a super serious 45-minute finance documentary and somehow leads them straight into a 2-hour deep dive on the history of competitive cheese rolling. The suggested system is always hunting for adjacent interests to keep that viewing session alive at all costs by offering the perfect, irresistible next click.
Because these systems are so distinct, creators often make a fatal mistake: optimizing entirely for the bot. Listen, if you just stuff keywords, hack tags, and try to trick the system, sure, you might get a little initial traction, but you're only going to get bot views or really disengaged clicks. But if you target the actual breathing human on the other side of the screen, that's when you get real subscribers who care, who keep coming back, and who signal to all 5 of those systems that your content is absolutely worth pushing.
Which brings us to the engagement trap: vanity versus satisfaction.
Now, this taps into the metric every single creator out there totally obsesses over: click-through rate, or CTR. But here's the thing: CTR is just a vanity metric if you don't back it up with actual substance. Think of it like a house, okay? A great thumbnail and title, that's just the door to get viewers to step inside. It sparks curiosity. But if your video is boring, poorly paced, or just doesn't deliver on the promise you made on the outside, those viewers are bailing immediately, right out the window. A high CTR with terrible retention tells the system your door is basically a trap. And that is exactly why the platform relies more and more on a much deeper metric known as satisfaction. It's not just looking at how long someone watched, it's actively trying to measure if they actually liked what they watched. The system is tracking active stuff like shares and positive comments, but also negative signals, like a viewer actively clicking "not interested" or "don't recommend channel." Make no mistake, satisfaction is the true currency here. Because satisfaction is the name of the game. If viewers are ditching your content in the first 10 seconds, the algorithm doesn't hate you. It's just protecting the viewer's time. So do yourself a massive favor based on the source material we're looking at: kill the 30-second intro. Honestly, nobody needs to hear about your cat, your new shirt, or how bad traffic was before the video even starts. Cut the fluff, respect the viewer's time, and get straight to the good stuff, like right away. Moving on to the AI brain and how the system actually profiles you.
With modern artificial intelligence in the mix, the game of discovery has evolved way beyond just simple clicks and basic view durations. The system is actively learning every second. It builds these incredibly detailed viewer profiles based on thousands of super granular data points. I mean, they aren't just tracking what you click, they're looking at the exact moments you hit pause, the specific segments you find interesting enough to rewind and rewatch, and exactly what makes you hit that share button. It is a deeply nuanced psychological profile of how you watch.
Because this profiling is so intense, it can sometimes feel pretty eerie, right? When it feels like your home feed is literally reading your mind, handing you a topic you were just thinking about. Just remember, it's not psychic at all. It's just statistics. The AI has simply recognized a pattern in your behavior that matches millions of other viewers who came before you. It's predicting what you want next with pure mathematical precision. And understanding this statistical profiling is exactly why creators have to be remarkably consistent. Think about it. If you run a serious finance channel and suddenly you post a viral dance challenge just to chase a quick trend, that's a terrible idea. It severely confuses the AI. Suddenly the system has no clue who your core audience is anymore, which ruins your targeting and completely tanks your momentum.
So here's the crucial takeaway. You've got to stay in your specific niche lane, but you want to expand it creatively to make it a massive highway. Don't swerve into oncoming traffic by changing your entire genre. Instead, figure out broader, more universally appealing ways to talk about your core subject. That way, the AI knows exactly who to serve your content to, but it can serve it to a whole lot more of them.
All right, let's talk about the human strategy and winning the matchmaking game. Now that we've got a handle on the mechanics, those tricky engagement traps, and the AI brain, let's lay out the ultimate game plan. Distilling everything we've learned from our sources, your actionable strategy really just boils down to 3 steps. Step 1. Make a thumbnail so good it physically hurts a viewer not to click it. Step 2. Craft an addictive, fast-paced 5-second hook that instantly validates their decision to open that door. And Step 3. Provide value so exceptionally high throughout the whole thing that it feels like they're stealing a secret from you. When you nail those 3 steps, you realize the ultimate truth about all of this. At the end of the day, this incredibly complex, multi-layered AI system, it's really nothing more than a mirror. It is simply reflecting the exact amount of effort, care, and quality you've poured into the human viewer's experience. If you put in mediocre effort, well, the mirror reflects mediocre reach. As the source material brilliantly concludes, it is time to stop fighting the algorithm and start understanding it. The rules are actually pretty straightforward once you strip away all those spooky myths. It just wants to satisfy human beings. When you align your goals with that one single objective, the system stops being your enemy and becomes your absolute greatest ally. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder today. Will you keep shaking your fist at the sky, blaming the algorithm for your 0 views? Or are you ready to take a hard look in the mirror, change your approach, and finally optimize for the real, breathing human on the other side of the screen? The choice and your future success is completely in your hands. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I really hope this changes how you view your strategy moving forward.